We start today's journey at Dublin Heuston train station for our train to Ballina in County Mayo. Ticket price for an adult single one-way costs €18.69 and the journey takes around 3 hours and 20 minutes. Stops along the way are Portarlington, Tullamore, Clara, Athlone, Roscommon, Castlereagh, Ballyhaunis, Claremorris and then Manulla junction, where we change for our trains which goes to Foxford and on to Ballina, and that journey time takes around 30 minutes. As you will have seen from my previous videos, this 2200 DMU has leather seating with power sockets at the windows and a table at the 4-person seating position. And there is large luggage storage at the carriage entrance and smaller luggage storage over the seating as shown. And off we go on our adventure to County Mayo Ballina, and we will see one of Ireland's oldest sea stacks, and what a sight it is, so stay tuned up to the end, it's quite spectacular, I can guarantee. Now pass through the green fields near County Kildare. Let's take a toilet tour, and I can say this train was very clean, so top marks here to the Irish Rail staff. You see, the soap and water worked fine, but the dryer was not working. I did try, but faults can happen. It's not a major issue unless you just wanted to wash your hair and needed to dry it. I'm only kidding. Now I do recommend you reserve a seat in advance at Irish Rail's website when purchasing a ticket. Don't say I didn't warn you if you don't reserve your seat. And our train gets up to speeds of 138 kilometers per hour, that's around 85 miles per hour, and there is speed restrictions on the line, but the Irish government have initiated a rail track upgrade and electrified trains are on the way. As you will see, our train here reaches 138 kilometers per hour, that's around 100 miles per hour or so I think. Leave in the comments below. And we now cross our halfway point, which is Athlone, and we cross the River Shannon, which is the longest river in Ireland. Now stop in Castlereagh in County Roscommon, and also I'm interested to know what you think Irish Rail should do to upgrade their fleet. Should they have more services, more food, catering? Let me know. Do let us know in the comments below the good, the bad and ugly of your experiences of Irish Rail, as I know they watch the channel and maybe it'll give them some food for thought to improve the services. Oh, if you listen in the background, a girl I met on the train, she has hiccups and she reckons she gets them every day for the last 11 years. Oh my god, the people you do meet when you're doing YouTube, quite wonderful. And we change here at Manulla junction to our oncoming 2600 DMU commuter train. So let's get off and onto our connecting train to Ballina. Credit is due here to Irish Rail, as the commuter train is bang on time to meet the train we just disembarked. It's a mad panic for a seat, as these seats cannot be reserved. So the trick is to get to the last carriage is the least busy. The cameras are ground level here as I rush to get a window seat so I can shoot the good views for you, the good viewer. I met it and the train is in a very clean condition, not like the 2600 commuter train I boarded in Limerick a number of weeks ago. So Irish rail do listen, I think. You will see large luggage can be stored at the centre of the train and small bags overhead. The train reaches speeds of 104 kilometers per hour, and that's around 64 miles per hour, of that I'm sure. Approach Ballina and disembark for a journey of the sights and sounds around Ballina and what it has to offer. There was one taxi waiting outside, and the town, I must say, is around a 10-minute walk away. Okay for the able-bodied. Here we see Ballina town centre, which also has a tourist information office, as you will see here in this clip. So at the Dunnes shopping centre here in Ballina, you can read some historical facts about Ballina and its people. And the cathedral here, St Murdoch's, was used in the backdrop of Joe Biden's presidential speech in Ballina in 2023. And here we see the cathedral now. You can scan the QR code at the information site as shown and find directions to each site. Here you see the QR code. We see the history of William Burke, the infamous grave robbers of serial killers of Edinburgh, with his mate here, and Burke they killed over 16 people and sold the bodies for autopsies. Burke was hanged in Edinburgh to a crowd of over 25,000 people. And the River Moy also flows through the town of Ballina, a great fishing river for wild Atlantic salmon. You'll see the murals around the town that depict farming life. We travel around 32 kilometres away. We head towards Downpatrick Head and through the village of Ballycastle to see the 350 million year old sea stack. We now arrive at Downpatrick Head car park. Descent to the sea stack is uphill and takes around 10 to 15 minutes walk. Arrive at the site here, which is the blowhole, and during sea storms water is blasted from the blowhole, making it quite the spectacle, and this is on your way to the sea stack. And here we see a statue of St Patrick here as he founded a church here at Downpatrick Head, and on Sunday at the end of July Mass is celebrated here and it's known as Garland Sunday. Now don't you learn a lot of history from this channel? And here we see Dún Briste Sea Stack, which is Gaelic for broken fort. The cliffs around were said to be formed over 350 million years ago, and it is now home to an array of different bird colonies. And here you can hear the great wide Atlantic waves crashing around the sea stack. It's quite amazing sight to see. I cannot but highly recommend this place. And Moyne Abbey is also a place of interest and is around 12 kilometres from Ballina town centre. And here as you enter Moyne Abbey you are led up a right away path towards the abbey. It's a Franciscan abbey founded in 1462 and it was burnt by Richard Bingham, governor of Connaught, in 1590. The abbey still has some amazing structure left and it is most definitely worth a visit. As you can see, Killala Bay in the backdrop. It's an amazing feat of architectural structure. I can highly recommend a visit. As you'll see, it's absolutely astounding that it's still standing after nearly 550 years when it was burnt down. And here we see Foxford town. It might also be worth a visit where you can see by the Muriel salmon fishing is popular and the river Moy flows through this town. And I do hope the wild Atlantic salmon runs through here for many years to come. But unfortunately stocks get lower every year. And a famous admiral called William Brown hailed from Foxford. And as the memorial show, he joined the British Navy, was captured during the Napoleonic War and was imprisoned in France, but he escaped England and he went on to lead many victories as an admiral, and most notably in Argentina. Now I do hope you enjoyed today's journey and see that Ballina and the surrounding area has lots to offer. Now for me, it's time for a bite to eat at Ballina Town Centre. Give us a like if you're feeling kind, and comments and questions are always welcome.